This is a high-definition airbrush mask set from 1ManArmy. It includes 4 samples, illustrating a variety of stenciled markings at differing model scales. Each mask is precision laser cut, adhesive-backed, and mounted on a removable backing sheet, and as such, requires careful handling and application techniques. This video will demonstrate these techniques and help you to become comfortable with their use. If you can mask a canopy, you can use a marking mask. Longtime users of traditional thin film decals will know that they can be problematic in a number of ways. They can slip and dry in the wrong direction, fade or discolor over time, have an unrealistic silver finish against a matte background, become detached upon drying, and may require trimming of excess carrier film before use. By painting markings directly onto your model, these issues are virtually eliminated, giving you 100% control of the location, color, and finish. Weathering techniques can also be applied for extra authenticity. Here's a selection of the tools that I will be using in this demonstration, including a sample of styrene plastic and the 1ManArmy sample masks at the bottom. Rather than showing the mask set being applied to an actual model, I will demonstrate on a flat square of styrene that will be more easily visible. The sample has been primed using a light gray acrylic primer and then painted with a coat of flat, light gray acrylic paint. The sample was left to dry and cure between coats. Drying and curing between coats is a very important part of success when painting your model in general, and when using masks and masking tape in particular. An improperly dried or cured coat of paint can potentially be pulled off of the model when any mask or masking tape is removed, thereby ruining the entire paint job. A clear coat can also be applied to prevent different types of paint, such as chrome metal, from being damaged. If you're new to modeling and painting, we recommend that you try out different paints and techniques on commonly available plastic spoons. This will save you time, money, and effort in the long run, and will help you to build your modeling skills and confidence. And don't forget to follow the paint manufacturer's safety instructions. To begin, I remove each mask piece from the backing sheet, first by prying one corner of the mask away from the sheet using a sharp hobby knife, and then pulling the mask away from the sheet slowly and carefully using a tweezer, and then placing it on the model surface in the correct location. Before pressing down on the mask, ensure that it is exactly where it needs to be on the model. Once in place, lightly press the mask with a finger. I then repeat the steps and apply the remaining 3 masks to the model surface. Once all masks have been placed, I burnish them in place using the flat edge of a wooden clothes peg, being careful not to tear the tiny holes in the mask. This helps to ensure a good seal against paint leaking under the mask edges. I complete this part of the demonstration by masking off any areas of the model surface around the masks where I do not want paint to be applied. And now I'm off to the paint shack. For this demonstration, I am using a Galeri Advanced Series Dual Action Airbrush with the air pressure set medium-low at 20 psi and a 0.38 mm spray nozzle. Again, I won't go into spray painting specifics here, but it's essential that you are comfortable using this equipment before attempting model and mask painting. In a well-ventilated area, ideally in a purpose-built spray hood, I test spray my paint on a piece of absorbent paper towel. For this demonstration, I'm using a flat black acrylic paint that has been diluted with acrylic thinner to the consistency of 2% milk. However, pre-thinned paints can also be used. Once I get the feel for the amount of paint that I want to spray, I switch from the paper towel to the model and carefully spray a very thin coat of paint to the mask. Do not attempt to completely cover the mask in one application. It's vitally important to take 2, 3, or even 4 passes. Otherwise, the mask could become saturated and the paint too thick to dry properly. Approaching the mask from different angles with the airbrush can also help to ensure that the entire mask is properly covered. Here I am applying the second coat. And the final third coat. Do not forget to allow drying time between coats. After all the coats have been applied and are allowed to dry for several hours, the masks and surrounding mask tape can be removed to reveal the completed insignias. When removing the masks, carefully pull back on the mask with a tweezer without damaging the existing finish on the model, by keeping the pulled edge of the mask as close to the model as possible. This must be done slowly to allow the mask to cleanly separate from the applied paint. For some marking masks, especially those with text, tiny portions of the mask may remain on the model. These small fragments must be carefully removed from the model. I recommend a sharp hobby knife if you're experienced, or a sharpened toothpick if you're not. And when completed, you will have a highly detailed stencil directly painted onto your model. To protect this and your overall model's finish, you should consider doing a final clear coat of your choice. Painted stencils, such as these, will never fade or peel off, as decals sometimes do. Your model will look great for a lifetime. This Masx sampler set will be just a tool to help you get up to speed on the necessary application techniques before committing to a full mask set and an actual model. If you can mask a canopy, you can use a marking mask. Kit Masx is the exclusive Canadian distributor for 1ManArmy's high-definition airbrush masks, with full marking sets available on our website, www.kitmasx.com.